Yes, like that. Single family home, 55 plus. Bobby. Mike, take my seat.
Why he came early? I heard him. He was excited.
I know you saved it for me.
Oh, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, sorry.
How's the other listing going? Great. How was that day?
We went live on that Wednesday, but I had my broker preview. We've had our first offer then Saturday. And second offer by Sunday night, third and fourth offer by Monday. And so we came, it reviewed, they reviewed Wednesday, and they pretty much knew which offer they wanted, like a week later, a week after it went live. But I have 4 people, just 4 sellers, and 2 of them were traveling, so it took me a little while to get some first. So we actually went under Escrow Friday. Took me like a day.
So home, different products.
Yeah, well, they live in Oregon and they're doctors. One of them went to one convention and the other went to another one. And I sent them and I texted them, hey, I sent them for you to sign, please. And I got a text back from one of them right away. I'm in an airport headed to, I think she's 73 years. She goes to Charles, her husband. Is on his way to blah, blah, blah. We'll have spotty Wi-Fi connections with news. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what do you tell me? Well, we didn't. Oh, market is pretty crazy.
I don't know who I am.
Right, I'm good.
That's process. What, they go ahead.
All right.
And I had the most people around home. There was 11 people. So, fire agent, fire assistant, partner, inspector, Stewartsville inspector.
Anthony, will you send out the presentation and the back?
I'm gonna let you be able to download it. So you have your phone? Good, you'll be able to download it.
The presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
But there's so many more.
Plus everything else. So I got 2 QR codes. Everybody loves QR codes.
Love that.
Good.
COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing this week? Lunch good?
Very good.
That's what brought you here was the free lunch?
No.
No? The good fun stuff?
Thank you.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if you guys wanted me to start or if people something. Has anybody used AI before? I should say everybody's.
Yeah.
You got Siri, Alexa, ChatGPT.
Even Amazon tells you what.
Amazon, yes. Amazon tells you what to buy. Facebook tells you what to buy.
Um,
Realtors should tell you what to buy.
I use it to write my MLS subscription.
Good. You gotta be careful though. You gotta be careful of that. So we're gonna have a little fun. Have you used it, young lady? Yeah. Good. So I got all regular users, so pretty much this will be a 30-second thing, right? Oh, let's make sure I share my screen. Right. Excellent. Gotta wave to the camera so the camera can follow me. So it'll be awesome.
Now, is this a Zoom as well? How are we characters?
So that may be 5 minutes. Sorry. No problem.
Yeah.
Well, at least she's honest. How you doing, Lauren?
Well, it won't go to you.
We download that.
You don't have to download the apps if you don't want to. If you want to download one, And I would recommend steve.ai. I'm not sure if you've got Bard, your Microsoft user, you got Bing. Right now, you've got a plethora of software out there that you can use, so. I will go over some of those today. We'll go over kind of, if you've not done it before or seen it work, we can go over some ideas of how you can be creative. But I know I can be very technical. Oh, good. We got Sandra Lopez coming on. And the camera does add on like an extra 20 pounds.
I did this right, I did this right, Jim.
Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Let's see if this, there we go. Zoom in, cut me off at the head.
Some sitcom or something, and you know, this guy says, you know, the camera adds 10 pounds, and his friend says, how many cameras were on?
Great. I'll remember that. So what's for lunch today? Which sandwiches? Oh, good. Turkey, roast beef, all of the above. Excellent. Hey, Mom knows how to take care of people. Hey, Sandra. You can unmute yourself if you want, so the audience can hear you.
I am unmuted. Can you hear me?
What was that?
I'm unmuted.
Good. Oh, yes, I can hear you. There's Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Sandra.
Hi. Thank you.
There's a Bob can be on camera. There you go. You can see
There
Bob's.
you go. There you go. Thanks for having us.
Oh, that's right, that camera's not working. Yeah, that's good.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Yeah. Yeah, they got great things.
Oh, thank you. We have a lot of great people.
Everybody come in all right?
Well, Bob, did you want to make any announcements?
Yeah, I will. All right, we're ready to roll.
Okay, stop that.
Okay, well, welcome to Escrow Leaders. How many people have not been here before? Oh, awesome. So welcome to our office. We have the great pleasure today of having Mr. Anthony Bried with us. If you need to use the restroom, they're just outside to the right, and there's a key sitting on the ledge. I think we have a schedule of classes that's up on that ledge as well. We're going to start an escrow boot camp in August, so we're kind of excited about that. So it'll be like I think it's 3 sessions in a row with title, lending, everybody just to bringing the whole escrow together. But today we're going to learn about ChatGPT
And AI.
and AI. There you go. Thank you very much. And I know nothing, so we brought Anthony over to do that. So thank you. Welcome to Escrow Leaders. It's all yours.
Thank you very much. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Real quickly, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Anthony. I work at Orange County Realtors. Been there now. And actually, I'm going to have a little fun here and run some subtitles so that everybody has their captions. I can watch this in. Come on, show. There we go. So I work at Orange County Realtors, been there now for a little over 20 years, started off in the MLS department, guaranteed I'll speak to everybody, or if I haven't already spoken to everybody regarding rules, regulations, violations, all that fun stuff. What I'm also involved with is our outreach program. Our outreach program is designed to give you training on all your tools and products. So not only do I train on MLS, on running searches, adding, modifying listings, creating CMAs, all that fun stuff, but I also love training on zip forms. Love how zip forms is now updated and you all can use a new platform. Anybody love the new platform? One person, excellent out of 20. If you haven't noticed yet, the new platform is available. I would start recommending using it because the old, current, classic edition to edit a document will be going away in the next few weeks. So start playing with it. It's really easy. Really easy. Trust me. It's really streamlined, so you can have a lot of fun with it. So start playing with it. We're using the new Authenticsign. I think the new Authenticsign blows DocuSign out of the water because that is replacing digital inks. So we can have a lot of fun on that, and of course, future trainings. But the biggest thing is I love training on tech. I love showing real estate agents how they can utilize technology tools to help your real estate career. So with that said, as people are chiming in, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to have fun with the presentation today, as well as some other fun stuff. And I'm just going to minimize the camera and move that out of the way so I can go to present mode. And we're going to basically talk about how ChatGPT AI is transitioning and empowering the real estate industry. Now, real quickly, what is ChatGPT? I know that's the big question on everyone's mind. What is it? Well, the long and short of it, click on everything, is that ChatGPT is the state-of-the-art natural language processing technology that uses deep learning algorithms to generate human-like responses to text-based inquiries. That's a mouthful, isn't it? The system is based on their new updated version of GPT 4.0. It's one of the largest and most advanced language models available today, which all these AI programs are basing their AI programs on this platform. Okay, so OpenAI, Bried, all of them are out there. Now, ChatGPT has been developed by OpenAI, an artificial intelligence research lab founded on technology luminaries such as Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and the like. Understanding your natural language processing, NLPs. I know everybody's already excited because I can see it all on your faces, right? NLP is basically the subfield of artificial intelligence that focuses on enabling computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. And I know right now everybody's just loves all this fun stuff because the biggest thing that we're looking at today is what? What's Tony talking about? Did all the technology just run over everybody's head? Yeah. Got one person shaking his head, no, not at all. He totally gets it. But let's demonstrate what I mean. If you haven't used it before, this is the fun time today. Now, this has been available to the public since November. You may or may not know that, right? News loves to promote things. Yes, sir. Yes, I want my Zoom to listen to me to print out everything that I'm writing or talking about. That way you have a subtitled video at the end of the day. But basically what we're going to do is we're just going to demonstrate what this can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my presentation and show you what I'm talking about. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up or go to chat.openai.com, sign up for a free account. They do have a free service. Now, not all AIs are free, not all services are free, but right now, some of the basic services are free. The only basic services is you'll get booted out if the servers get too busy. They do have a $28 a month to charge. Responses get a little bit faster, but for the most part, here using this particular program, you don't need to pay for it. So today, what we can do is start a new chat. And then what I'm going to do is just basically ask it some questions, right? Or tell it what I want it to do. So I'm going to move my subtitle out of the way for y'all, if I can. Yep. And usually I'm going to send it a message. I'm going to say, please write a property description for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home located in San Juan Capistrano that has an open floor plan, newly decorated I don't know, bedroom or bathroom.
Updated, you mean, like an updated bathroom?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Newly updated. Perfect. Bathroom and kitchen. Okay. Just something simple. In 3, 2, 1, it's writing me my property description. No longer do I need to spend hours upon hours upon hours trying to figure out what type of property description to write. Now we can go a little bit further if we wanted to and say, Please repeat. But this time, apply fair housing and diversity rules to the description and limit character count to 2,400. And now I'm going to get a rewrite of my property description. So I'm asking it to be a little bit more diverse, a little bit more fair housing friendly. As we go through this, maybe I even, you know what, make this simplified. Or maybe I can use this for marketing. Anybody here doing videos? 1, 2, 3 people, 4, excellent. We got to come up with scripts, right? Create a 1-minute video script on how to prepare the seller to list a home. And now it's going to write me out a nice little script of how my video should be laid out, what I should say, and we can go from there. So the whole point of these programs, as we are trying to get my point across, is I can just basically tell the system what it is that I need it to do. And it's going to make those suggestions of what I need to do or how I should say something, and we can just go from there. So that's basically what we're looking at. Now, the big tip here that we need to be careful of or be mindful of is the AI is only as good as the prompt that I give it, how to use it. Right? I had to tell it to write me a script. I had to tell it or write out the description, gave it some information. I want it to be diverse and fair housing friendly and all this other stuff, so that it could try to be mindful with this information. So the biggest deal for people is, how do we write up a prompt real quickly? I'm going to give you 7 quick tips on writing a prompt. When it comes to prompt writing, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're very specific about what you want. You got to state your intent, how you want to use it. Okay. Use correct spelling and grammar the best you can. How many of you are going to be winners? 3 people. Excellent. That was the one thing I disliked in school. I hated getting up and having to do a spelling bee because I was out by word 3. But here, beautiful thing about nowadays, you can use AI to help spell check your grammar or spell check, as well as, correct some of your grammar, right? Tell it the direct output of the format that you need it to come out in. Ask it follow-up questions, because you'll actually get different responses and probably sometimes different unique ways of, doing what you want it to do. Experiment with the different phrasings, and of course, prompt for the fact check. So double check your facts. Okay. Now, oops, looks like somebody else is coming in. Excellent. So the simple formula is this: the context plus specific information plus your intent plus your response form will equal your perfect prompt with ChatGPT and AI. Okay. So what it comes down to is, what is artificial intelligence? Basically, artificial intelligence is, or AI is, computer systems that perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Ultimately, AI is your personal assistant that can be good at everything, or darn near close to everything. The only person that can be good at everything is you, right? You're perfect. Ladies, I should see how everybody's hands raised. You all are perfect, right? So we can do that. Now, there are some pros and cons of AI in real estate. By the way, am I going too fast? Anybody like the demo so far? Good. Yes, sir.
Be nice if just quick little examples of what those 8 points were, like 1 through 6.
Oh, for
Just
the,
briefly said what you meant by
Sure.
phrases.
you want me to, yeah, I can do that.
I don't know if I made the team and lost, but
Okay, not a problem. So
So yeah,
For example, for your perfect prompt. What we want to be specific about what it is that we want. So maybe I want a business plan. Okay, or a marketing action plan. So what I'm going to tell the prompt of the AI is, and I don't know, it's funny, you don't have to say please, but it's like anything else, right? The more I show gratefulness and gratitude, it seems like, you know, when it becomes super intelligent, it's probably going to remember, hey, I remember you were kind of nice to me. So I'm going to say first, please.
I always say thank you to Alexa.
I say that. I sometimes even in the morning say good morning to chat. So here, please create a 12-month marketing action plan. Okay.
and now that's not very specific because you haven't said to sell real estate.
There you go. So now I'm going to get to my second point. I need to be specific how I want to use this action plan that it's creating for me for a new agent, because I'm a new agent to the business. You don't have to be new agent in real estate. Okay. Now I can have the other things in here because obviously I also need to make sure my grammar and my context is spelled. Please include social media, marketing, video suggestions, and mail / and or postcard marketing. Okay, so here I'm telling you to develop a marketing action plan for the next 12 months, and I want something to deal with social media, video, mail, and postcards.
And so how many of the 6 things did you just now cover?
My intent is let's see, specific, I think 4 or 5.
Okay.
4 or 5, because I'm telling it to create this action plan. So I'm being very specific about my needs, what it is that I also need it to create for me in this prompt. Now, I haven't asked it other questions yet until I get to see what kind of response they give me. So here it's got month 1 of what I should do, launching a blog post. So here, if I let it write this up as the example. So here, set up a professional social media profile on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. So it's telling me to do all that right away with the consistent brand image. So then what I can do from here is I can now ask it other questions like, how do I create a consistent brand image for social media? Now it's probably going to make some extra suggestions, define my brand identity, and then of course it's thinking. So it's now I can start to develop. Now I can take all this information and then go from there. Then I can use other platforms like Canva or Keynote or PowerPoint to make my point across.
Thank you for doing that.
No problem. Yes, ma'am. So it gives me the response, and I can ask it to clarify a particular response. I can change a response like, please simplify, change, because I can't change what it said to me.
But you can cut and paste it.
I can cut and paste it and say, now, later, if I want to cut and paste it into say Word, like if I asked it to create a letter, right? Which we'll talk about here, write a letter or write like come up with a compelling argument kind of thing. Then what I can do is I can take that information, copy and paste it into say Word, and then I can modify it. Just like if I cut and paste this into say PowerPoint, because there's a way to do that too. I can then edit the bullet points to that. So there are ways of doing that. So I don't have to only follow what it told me, but here it's at least it gave me ideas, right? Because anybody here with a business plan? I hear a couple of yeses. I was in an office where they had 27 people and only 2 people raised their hand. So if you have a business plan, part of that is your marketing. Well, if you're just going, well, geez, I don't know what to do in my marketing. Here, you can ask it to give you some suggestions. And then now you have a jumping off point, because now you, as you do these, you can now see what's successful and then stick with what it is that you like to do. Does that make sense?
Sometimes on the MLS, when you're asking it to give you a description, sometimes it is
We'll get,
way better than the house you're talking about. You have to go.
well,
in.
we always have to review, yes.
Yeah, on the review issue, one of the points there, it said launch a referral program with incentives plus lights. That is a RESPA violation,
Well,
major.
then you.
So, yeah, you do have to.
Well, those will be one of the cons that we kind of talked about today. So real quickly, the pros, it's excellent with language model. Now, by the way, we're not just talking about different languages that people speak. We're talking about different platforms, different technology platforms. You can augment the technology for those with disabilities or people that are have impairments. Efficient at organizing and categorizing information. It has access to a lot of data, even though depending on the platform, Bried, ChatGPT, Bing, you're talking about at least 3 to 4 years to current. In some cases, I think Bried has gone back a little bit further than that for accessing data. More importantly, this is going to help you save time on your simple tasks of what you want it to do. You also will help you avoid dangerous jobs. Not that anybody here in real estate does anything dangerous too much, right? Other than showing property. And of course, the biggest thing is AI never sleeps. Now, we've got people in here that like to think that they never sleep, right?
Right.
There you go. Now, there are the cons. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So for something, to actually ask, like you talk to a person, like you create sentences, or would that be easier to words? Or which way would be better?
Either way.
Best outcome.
Best outcome for you. So you can try both. And that's the beautiful thing. You could try both and you can see what 2 different outcomes were. You can even say, please repeat and simplify or make it more compelling and fun. You know, you could even at some point have it analyze your personal website. That way, you know, it can learn a little bit about you and how you communicate. So you can actually, in certain AI platforms, have it generate content the way you would speak to somebody, which is kind of interesting, which is why it learns all that stuff, right? It's like predictive analytics, if you think about it to the nth degree, right? You got algorithms that are out there that will predict that this young lady is looking to sell a home, likely, right? Based on her buying habits. Well, now we're taking this and we can take that and say, based on you, this is how you would want to communicate to somebody, right? And there are platforms out there that will actually analyze people's social media to tell you the best way to communicate with them, which is kind of scary, right? Based on the disc profile, it will say this is the type of person that they are. And based on you, of analyzing you, this is the best way you want to be able to communicate them, right? These are their disarmaments, and this is how you want to empower them. Things like this, which is all what we all would love to know about, right? Now, by the way, there are cons. Sometimes the information it does make up mistakes and it makes up information. It doesn't know everything, right? So this is why we need to double check our work, right? It can become a little misogynistic, right? Because, you know, nowadays when you think about that, if we're asking it to write a property description that says, hey, this is a great home for a family, we've now broken fair housing violations. So we got to make sure that we go through there and double check that stuff, because it doesn't understand fair housing just yet. I think the last time, at least OpenAI, I think it's looking at up to 2021, and they've modified fair housing laws since then. I think their last update was just recently.
Yes.
To say landlords are no longer, it's housing providers. So gotta love that. At times, AI is too smart for even the scientists, which has got a lot of scientists out there freaked out. And of course, it doesn't, AI, like most computer, if not all computer systems, does not exhibit any empathy or understand human emotion, at least not yet. Yes, sir.
Where does it get its data? It's just on your internet or what's the?
Internet, what it's plugged in with, so you've got these scientists with these giant servers plugging in information, which is why they're really slow to try to like have its free reign on the internet, right? As we all know, the internet out there are a huge amount of false information out there. So who's going to vet all that? Humans have to vet all that to input it into the AI. Not to mention human beings in general, especially on social media, are not the friendliest of people. Anybody hear of the troller? Right? Not very kind. Can you imagine what AI all of a sudden now becomes if they start going, geez, humans really aren't nice people. Right? Now we're thinking sci-fi movies like Skynet and all those movies that are out there. Obviously, we as human beings want to be responsible for that. Yes.
Tony, I just have a comment on the last bullet point you had on the prompt for fact check. And I'm sure it relates to the cons on this, but I was just reading that Alitalia Airlines were a defendant in a case where the plaintiff's attorneys wrote a 7-page document off
ChatGPT.
and it listed about 5 similar cases to the cases that they were defending on that were completely false.
Yeah.
So the judge ruled in favor of Alitalia and won the case.
So you got to be careful and double check your facts, right? Because I will say that according to a lot of people I've spoken to in a lot of classes I've taken, ChatGPT has passed its bar exams. So it understands law, and its medical exam as well. But there was a doctor that wanted to put ChatGPT to the test. He works in an emergency room. He took all of his cases from emergency and said, ChatGPT, how would you treat this person? And about 50% of the cases, people died. Because it was too logical in its how it would treat somebody for symptoms that it just didn't understand, like the reactions and things like that. That's why, do we depend on it for like the big decisions like legal and health? I mean, how many of you go to WebMD? Okay, so think about WebMD having that AI. So should you listen to a doctor or WebMD on the internet? So give and take, right? So if you're going to have it, definitely double check it. If you're having it write up legal documents, you definitely want to double check all that, because obviously the last thing you want to be is in a court case and say, I hope this works. And it doesn't, right? So you want to be careful of that. So understand that that's a con. That's why we want to make sure that the information that we're getting isn't misleading, isn't inaccurate. We want to double check that, right? Now, if we're asking you to set up certain simple tasks, like set up my appointments, give me some marketing and social media strategies, not a problem. You should have full reign on that. But if you're asking it to do legal stuff or things like that, mathematics, it can add and subtract, multiply and divide, which is great, but we still want to double check our math. Yes.
So when I log in my ChatGPT, is it starting to know who I am?
Starting, yes.
Yeah.
Like, let's say your point of landlord versus housing provider. Let's say it writes up an MLS description. I say, do not use landlord.
Then it will
For
start.
everything subsequent to that, will it never use landlord again?
It shouldn't.
Because it knows that I don't want that.
It shouldn't. It eventually will pick up on that.
Can I drop let's say a video in there, let's say a 30-minute video and say
Not with OpenAI just yet. There are other programs which we'll talk about when it comes to video
or images.
Things like that, that you can utilize, that uses, again, the AI style
Will
platform.
be better.
Yeah. Literally, you can. By the way, that was the whole point of the cons, was double check your work, right? AI does save time, but you want to use that time wisely. Okay. Double check your work, have it do what you need it to do, and then make sure, because AI is meant to help. At the end of the day, you all are still responsible for things that it's suggesting you should do.
Did you
Yes.
ask ChatGPT to write this presentation for you?
Yes, I did. A majority, I should say half of it.
So it prepared all the slides and.
No, well, it prepared the layout. Then what I did was I went in and I put my twist on it, took out certain things, added in certain other things based on what it is that I asked it to do. So I asked it to present 10 bullet points on how AI is, modifying and updating real estate, kind of gave me a layout and I kind of took it from there. So you can do it.
What about like copywriting?
There are certain areas where we can talk about that too, but yes, copyright, depending on the program. It, like Jasper, Flick, does say that anything that you do on their platform is considered your copyright. So if you ask it to write you a book or it asks you to analyze and write up chapters or whatever, that's all your copyright. So it just depends on the agreement of terms of the software that you're using. That help? Anybody scared about that? Now, will they change those laws? Maybe eventually one day, but we'll come across that bridge when it happens. Okay. Now, big question everybody always asks is AI is evil, right? How many people think that AI is evil? You're scared of it? Okay, a couple of us, right?
It's just evil, I'm not scared.
That's
Take
a
a-
good answer, Mike.
AI is neither good nor is it evil, but it is a tool. Okay, AI is not evil, AI is not good, it is just a tool.
So far.
So far, AI is neither good nor evil. The situation lies in the hands of the actual user. So it's important that we all act responsibly at all times. Now, there are bad people out there, right? Will they use AI for bad purposes? Yes. Have they? Yes. Are we those people? No. We're good people. We try to promote good things. We try to do good things. So that means AI will be good for us. Okay. I will say that this past November, December, the US government did decide to come up with its own AI Bill of Rights, 5 simple things that people creating AI should not do. Pertaining to autonomy, data protection, right? You can even opt out of your data out of the AI if you want to. Okay. AI is there meant to help people, not hurt people. So if you want, you can always go to the whitehouse.gov/OSTP/AI-Bill of Rights. And look at those 5 points of Bill of Rights. That's if you really want to know what the Bill of Rights.
You can opt out. In other words, if I'm on my computer and I go to this chat thing, are they able to get any of my data that's on my computer?
Depends on the tool,
Sure.
but no, but it's like social media, right? Facebook now has to ask you, do you want your data to be used? Yes or no? You can tell it no. So those platforms will have choices for you to say, please forget my information. You can delete any and all your inquiries if you wanted to. So, I mean, nowadays we're tracked everywhere by our phones, but it's kind of scary what you find out.
And recorded too.
Records who you're at,
That holds the phone too, I think.
we can go over the entire conspiracy theory, like do infrared cameras on your phone and watch your phone actually take pictures of you constantly every 5 seconds.
So,
Yeah. So, should we be aware of these things? Yes. Do we have the opportunity, especially with California state law? Yes, you can have your data detected. You can opt out of it. You can tell them to not collect your data. Now, is it easy? No. There's so many platforms out there that we probably don't even realize.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, sir.
Could you just re-explain, you talked about copyright a minute ago. You saying that, like, if I have to create something for my website, it's automatically copyrighted?
To
Or
you, yes.
meaning that Rochelle can't look on my website and take my content?
Technically, yes.
So now.
That's just by copyright law. If you produce something and you post it out there, you own it. If
Even
someone
if you
else
don't
uses it
register it.
and you discover that they use it, you could say, I want that taken down. You're not allowed to use
So you
it.
don't have to specifically register it like a trade.
You don't have-
or something,
you
it just
don't.
becomes yours.
It just becomes yours.
Okay,
Now, if you're using it for published materials, then obviously you're gonna file copyright. With that, but you could do that, yes.
Well, if it's on your website or something, someone else could ask the same prompts of AI and get almost the identical.
That's why you want to double check for the plagiarism. Like some of the websites like Jasper and Flick will actually go through and double check to make sure they're not plagiarizing anyone else's content. So that's why it just depends on the platform. Now, does ChatGPT do that? No, not necessarily. Does Jasper do it? Yes, it did. Because that's one of the things that you're paying for. But
So it's not really copyright because it's like you could argue that in a court of law, right? Yeah. I'm not
I can only tell you.
arguing. But,
again, theoretically, I mean, how many of us have said cool, right?
Yeah.
I can copyright cool, right? Now it's my burden of proof to show that I'm the one that originated it. So you could do that, but that's why you, again, depending on the system, you want to definitely double check and read through your agreement. Do I own the copy? Some of them will even advertise, you own the copyright, you own the copy. So if that's the case, then it's making something specifically for you. Okay? Yes, there was another question.
Oh, I just have a quick question. I'm just curious,
Mhm.
since you brought up government. Does AI have an opinion?
Not yet, I've asked.
I'm curious.
About politics, you mean? Oh, fear.
I'm sure eventually, but right now, I mean, logically, it has, because I've asked it, do you feel you have a name? No, I don't have a name. You can call me Chat though, right? Just like if you ask Siri, hey Siri, call me this or call me that, it will do that. It won't have opinion about if you're a good person or a bad person necessarily.
Just that, wait. Platforms.
Those are different. Definitely. Everything I've mentioned so far uses some form of AI. Now, how it works, basically, it operates through training of deep neural network using extensive collection of data. You can generate responses to a wide range of queries, including questions and commands and statements, as we just demonstrated earlier. Create me a business plan, write me a letter. Okay, now the benefits of using it. Content creation, brand photos, videos, podcasting, social media, meetings, follow-up, so much more. Okay, just briefly to go over the benefits of doing this, to be able to have to do your tasks is that it's going to help you enhance your customer experience. You're going to save time and cost. You're going to increase your efficiency and productivity. Anybody here not productive? Okay, good. I'm glad to see no hands raised. By the way, you're going to help gain a competitive edge in the market, because if you're not using it, I almost guarantee you there are other people that are. Now, do you have to? No, you don't have to do anything, right? Do I have to get up out of bed? Do I have to take a shower? Do I have to eat? No, I choose. If you will choose to make your business be successful, you want to look at tools that will help you do that. Right? So that's all this is. Again, tools that are options. Again, it can help you with, as a real estate professional, automate certain routine tasks. I know most of us hate the routine, right? Especially when it comes to contact management. It's all routine. Anybody here have an assistant? Exactly, no, a couple of you, okay? But most of us don't, and it's hard to find an assistant. And a lot of times we get ourselves bogged down with doing all the assistant work. We are not out there doing what we're supposed to be doing, it's gaining business. For 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, customer support, who wouldn't want that? Again, I know you all like to sleep, right? Or at least some of us. Anybody here 2 hours the most, right? So you can have it do this stuff, because the whole point of this is to handle those queries, freeing up you human agents to focus on the more complex issues. The complex issue is building those human relationships. One of the biggest things I always tell real estate agents time and time again is real estate will always be a face-to-face business. How we get that business is the tough part, right? But part of getting that business is building those relationships and those close relationships. Now, for customer support, you can have AI assist you with property searches and discovery for clients by understanding a client's search criteria and recommendations that are relevant on the properties on your behalf. Things like chatbots on your website, people can put in those queries, find their property, this, that, and the other. And at some point during that routine, it will say, would you like me to help you schedule an appointment with Anthony? Which now all of a sudden you're going to be sent those inquiries. You can look at all that stuff and say, okay, let's set you up a property search. They've already done all the hard work for you. They've told the system what it is that they're looking for. Right? Provide real-time customer support by answering those questions like, what are the requirements for applying for a mortgage? Maybe you have that built into the program. Here are the qualifiers based on what my lenders all say. 620 FICO score. Don't have a criminal record necessarily. Have a steady income. Have some Bitcoin on hand. Whatever to qualify for that mortgage. Or how do I schedule a property viewing? Well, let me reach out to Anthony and he will or she will call you for an appointment and let you know what properties are available. Now, here's a big one. Language translation. Anybody here would love to connect with people who spoke other languages, but yet you yourself do not speak a language, right? So it is now possible to easily translate user inquiries into different languages and respond accordingly. This technology has made language translation more convenient. So here's my example, but I will tell you, don't do this. So I asked ChatGPT to summarize and translate into Spanish some of the fair housing documents from a contract. And what it did was it spit out everything. Now, how do I know exactly what it says? Because I don't speak Spanish. This is where you need to be careful, right? But stop. Let's think about risk. Because I know everybody here is excited about translating contracts, right? Don't. Let's think about risk management. Remember, to avoid liability and risk, it's recommended that you do not translate or interpret documents for your clients. It's best to encourage them to get their own interpreter or translator, as you are technically responsible for any mistranslations if you do so. So if they do it themselves, that's on them. If you do it for them, it's on you. Right? Now, we can use ChatGPT and AI to write us up various languages or various different things in other languages. Okay, let me demonstrate that because I know some of you love seeing this in action. So here we're going to now create our prompt. So please write a compelling and fun letter to a potential seller of a residential real estate property in, oh, I don't know, San Juan Capistrano. So here, what I'm now doing is I'm having the system write up the letter. Here, wrote up the salutation, wrote up the body of the letter, right? All well and good. It's a great marketing tool, but now, geez, I want to be able to be flexible for anybody else in any other language. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to repeat the previous instructions, but this time translate in Mandarin. And let's see, Mandarin, correct? And Mandarin. Ready? Oops. There we go. Almost word for word. Now, as it's writing up in Chinese, I'm also going to say, please repeat, but translate into French. Okay? Who speaks French? Okay, one person. Okay, ready? There we go. So, can you see that from back there, sir?
Not bad.
It's not bad?
You're a fast reader.
Yeah.
So what does this mean? Right, as we're writing these things up, it means that AI is going to help you as real estate professionals interact with clients who speak different languages, enabling you to expand your reach and provide more personalized services. Now, if you're handing out letters in Chinese or Mandarin or French or Arabic or whatever, obviously we're going to need other translating programs when they respond back to us.
Yeah.
Just so you know, be careful. But you can do that. But now we don't have to worry about the limitation of, geez, I can only work with one particular group of people. Now I, as a real estate professional, can now interact with any and all types of clients. I am no longer limited. Anybody here love not being limited, especially in today's business? Of course, right? So we've got those types of things that we can now do. Now, analytics and insights, you can have it start to analyze certain data as more and more information is being built into ChatGPT, especially about statistical data, what's going on with the sales and demographics and things like that. You are going to be able to use that information to identify trends, predicting market fluctuations, hopefully, and which will help you make well data-driven decisions, which will enable you to help interact with your clients, right? Now, for lead generation, AI will look at identifying potential clients such as sellers, buyers, renters, housing providers, qualify those leads and determine their motivation, then engage in real time and offer recommendations based on their preferences. By the way, this is not in ChatGPT. It is actually in your CRMs. They're actually being built into your CRMs today. Anybody here have Boomtown? Okay, what about Chime? Lone Wolf or Lion Desk? Anybody have any CRMs? Okay, they're starting to build AI programs or build AI into your CRM, which will now allow you to analyze all of your clients, look at their data, give you their trends. It will actually probably start to look at their social media, their web information, all this stuff to help you start to now gauge which of your clients in your CRM you should be contacting on the top of your list. Maybe even give you their home values. You already have a tool called eProperty Watch, which will give you their property values and give them their property values on a bi-weekly to quarterly basis. Well, now you're going to have that built into your CRMs. Why not? Doesn't that help automate your life? Anybody here call your CRM, your past sphere of influence? 3 people, 5 total, good, 10, half of you, good. I'm glad. I know too many agents that don't call their past clients. They all believe the turn and burn. You know, you ever hear that term, turn and burn? The turn and burn is I get you, I work with you, I buy a home. Yeah, I'll put you in my CRM, but I forget about you. Sure, I'll send you postcards, things like that, but I really won't follow up. At the end of the day, when I do decide to follow up, because golly, all the other money that I've been spending on my marketing, which isn't working, I now decide to call my past clients. Mike over here looks at me and goes, why would I ever want to work with you? Who are you? Sure, you were great when you helped me buy the house, but I feel important. I actually bought a home the other day with somebody else. Thanks for calling.
And don't forget about me too.
And there you go. We don't want to be the turn, right? With AI that's going to help you with your lead generation and things like that, you can have these things also built into your personal websites. Again, with the chat bots and everything like that that are out there, they're going to start to analyze people. And obviously we're going to have disclaimers and all that stuff, but hey, this is a good lead. Yes, ma'am.
I see that it's picking up and typing everything that you're saying.
Well, that's because of the subtitle from Zoom.
The subtitle.
This is the subtitle from Zoom. AI is not doing that. That's just the microphone listening to me. So if this young lady were to speak, young lady? Good.
That would be Darlene who is not speaking.
There you go. So there we go. We just pick up like this. That's Darlene that's not speaking, right? So this is just subtitles. It's there for when you get the video, you're in an area that you can't listen to the sound, you can at least read what we're going over.
Great idea.
Okay, tools using ChatGPT, because I know that's what we all care about. There's a million of them. One to probably even take a look at to even get ideas of what you can do with AI. It's called eLuna, ELUNA.ai. It's free, and actually you want to go to ELUNA.ai/tools, TOOLS. What this will do is it will give you 113 various different tools that you can use. Woo-hoo. From creating your brand, creating a marketing plan, to, hey, I think there's one called wallet.ai. So you can now tell it to track my expenses and help me curtail and back off my spending. Anybody here need help with spending control? There you go. So you can have an AI tell you, hey, you're only allowed, if you want to keep your bank account full, you can only spend so many dollars per day. Right? So it can track stuff like that. You can have it create pictures and videos and marketing plans and copy. So 113 different tools to look at. Some of them are free. Some of them, again, have paid services. Okay. Obviously, we've got the prompts and plugins like ChatGPT, which is chat.openai.com. You got Bried, which is Google's AI, Web ChatGPT, Compose AI, Engage AI, and of course, Microsoft's Bing. Microsoft Bing is now gone from a search engine to an AI. Thank you, Microsoft, for repurposing. Engage is kind of interesting. I've only played with it very briefly, but it's basically how to engage with people. So you can put in somebody's name, it will search the internet on them, and then it will tell you what type of personality they are, kind of thing. It's amazing when you're on the internet, what the internet learns about you. Content creation tools, tools like Jasper, Flick, Grammarly. Anybody use Grammarly? Good. Like myself, I use Grammarly at first to just make sure that I spell correct and of course make suggestions on how I should word certain things. Nowadays, Grammarly, which is a free extension to your Google Chrome, can now tell you, geez, you wrote this, but if you wanted to, can I simplify it for you? And it will rewrite what you wrote. So I have it talk to my Google Chrome, I have it talk to my Outlook, I have it talk to my Word, and of course, PowerPoint. You can make a PowerPoint presentation. Neural text and copy AI and copysmith. There you go. Some other copyright, developing your own content. Photos and videos. Now this one's going to be kind of fun and scary at the same time. We got DALL-E, steve.ai. Steve.ai, text to video. What I mean by text to video is that you can tell it, create me a video of an astronaut circling the world and talk about or educate people on a black hole in Morgan Freeman's voice. And it will actually, steve.ai. Now this one I think has a free service for like 7 days, and then it's got like $30 a month charge, but it's kind of amazing. InVideo.io kind of does the same thing, except that they are going to convert very soon to .ai, which they will then implement the text to video. So you can now start writing what it is that you want to create a video on, and it will literally make the video. Clean up pictures, anything that modifies pictures, please be careful. Okay, as we all know, if we augment or enhance a photo and we're using it for the MLS, we have to disclose pictures have been enhanced, pictures have been modified. Because technically, according to the MLS rules and regulations, we have to show a true picture of the home. So if you take out the plant or you take out some furniture and you overlay it with new furniture, like the programs that are out there that do, like Clean Up Pictures, Looka, or even just Home Depot, where you're changing the colors of the wall to see what the paint looks like, and you snapshot that picture, You gotta disclose that that picture's been modified. So just be careful, even though, geez, I don't want to, you know, here I got Mike sitting with me on a picture, and you know what, Mike and I haven't fallen out. I don't want Mike anymore. I eliminated him using the AI. So it's just me looking like this. You can do that, not that we would ever eliminate Mike, right? There you go. Now there's audio, SoundRaw, Lala.ai, Murph AI, Lovo, Speechify. Speechify, very scary, very interesting. So anybody here have done video content before? You've done, okay, some of you've done videos, probably posting them on the web. What you can do with Speechify is actually have it scour the web for any video content that you've done or audio that you've used, and it will compile speech patterns. So you can literally write a speech in your voice without having to actually record the voice.
Wow. That's how they do this.
Celebrity stuff and everything like that. So you got to be careful. Again, in the hands of the wrong people, these tools are not good. In the hands of the right people, these tools are fine.
They're out there.
They're out there. They're out for everybody. How we use the tools.
So you would type in the person's name that you're trying to search.
And then it will scour everything, and then you can now write a script.
And it would be obviously their voice.
It would be their voice.
Is that like the deep fake thing or
The,
deep fake?
yeah,
Is that kind of what that is?
yeah. So just be careful, you know, but if you're talking about sound, like cleanup, eliminating background noise, because we've all recorded some sort of audio content or even for our videos, we can have those programs go through that and actually eliminate some of the background. It's like the kids fighting in the backyard or the motorcycle that starts up just during that key moment. Without having to re-record the audio, we can just use these programs to block that sound.
Now, Tony, can you share any information that you know of regarding going back to the speech? I understand that there's been a big warning to parents with children and interpreting their
Again,
voice.
it's the users. So there are some bad users out there that have used programs like Speechify to imitate children's voices. And then they call up those parents and say, I've got your child hostage, give me your ransom, things like that. I mean, I think it's like hackers. Hey, I'm in jail. Come rescue me from XYZ country, pay me, $50,000. There will always be people like that. It's how we use these tools responsibly that really matters. These tools are there meant to help, not hurt. And again, the users that use it to hurt people, we just got to be careful of. If somebody does call you like that, I would definitely call other family members. And if you know your children or grandchildren are with somebody, just double check.
Well, we created a
Good.
password. And I just have another question.
Yeah, don't put it on the internet. Don't, no, wait a minute. Did you email it?
No,
Okay, good.
we didn't. We didn't. We just communicated it. But very quickly with the language, I'm fascinated. Selling in Irvine, we're very diversified in Irvine. Can you use that as a language, like a trans?
Remember how I said risk management? You got to be careful. If you're the one that's using it as a translation, then you are held liable for any mistranslation.
I just mean communication. I need someone I go to.
I could go on Google Translate on my phone, tell it to go to Spanish or Korean or Farsi, and it will take what I said and convert it. Now, is it 100% perfect? Not always, because obviously Google Translate or those types of programs will go by the rules of the language, right? Now, some people don't talk like very proper kind of thing. It's all improper, but hopefully the person that you're translating it to can do that. I've used it in Japan personally, when I didn't understand how to get somewhere, English to Japanese, and then I had them do Japanese to English right to me, and it was very helpful.
So is AI a little bit better for that?
It will, because Google Translate is on the verge, because Google using Bard will do that. So 235 languages that AI does know, Bard, ChatGPT, it's helpful. So, yeah, as long as you're not translating legal documentation.
No, nothing,
Good.
just conversation. Okay.
Conversation, sure. And they may even laugh, like, did you really need to say that? Right? Because certain words don't translate. So be mindful of that, be careful. Yes,
App called Say Hi.
okay,
It's really good that someone can actually speak into it and translate right away and speak back.
that, yeah,
So
it's great.
But yeah. When you actually-
1.5 million applications out there. There's an app for everything. Now, by the way, connecting with clients. This is one that these are some that I find really interesting. Slide broadcast. I know everybody's heard of the robot dialers, right? Geez, here's a list of phone numbers. Please call, and then send me the call when the person connects, right? But who really picks up their phones anymore? Geez, wouldn't you just love to leave or be able to leave a message on somebody's voicemail without them hearing the phone ring 5 or 6 times before it goes to voicemail? Slide broadcast will allow you to do an audio recording of your message, whatever it is. Hi, name, or hi, Bob, or hi, this is Anthony with Jack and Smith Real Estate. You know, blah, blah, blah. I'm introducing myself. Now, instead of leaving that same message for 150 people, what I can now do with slide broadcast is take that 150 people list of phone numbers, plug my message into that, and now the system of slide broadcast will automatically put that voicemail into 150 people's voicemails
Without ringing their phone.
without ringing their phone.
Yeah. And it's
Kevin, but she does that.
Kevin Buddy does that. Great. So Kevin Buddy's already using it. That's awesome. So here, if you want to talk about reaching out to a neighborhood or reaching out to a market, you've got those numbers. Obviously, we've already pre-vetted the numbers of the do not call list, right? Yes, good. So you do that. You can now leave a voicemail. Hey, just so you know, we're doing a neighborhood garage sale this weekend. Just want to make sure that you're participating. If not, would love to see you around and introduce myself to everybody else in the neighborhood. I'm offering cookies and other drinks at this address and this address. Love to see you then. Now, all of a sudden, all those 150 people notified and you're good to go. Another one, behuman.ai. Now, this is video. Now, I would love to demonstrate this one and hopefully I can get into my BeHuman account. Now, behuman.ai kind of does the exact same thing as slide broadcast, except it's with video. So now, let's see. Did I type in the wrong address? Did I misspell it? Yes, I did. Sure. Behuman.ai. So now what I can do is that when I log into an account, I can make one video message. Hopefully this will let me into my, oh, great. Let me just close that out. There we go. So what I can now do, and hopefully this will come up, is I can record one video message. Just with the way I write up the script, I can say hi, name, and then what my script is. Then what I'm going to do is use an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file. I'm going to have the person's name and of course their phone number or their email address, typically an email address. Okay. Now what I can do is I have one video created that's personalized for each and every person. So it looks something that's very similar to, and if we can pull that up, and I hit play. And of course, it doesn't play in. You have sound. Oh. Let's play that again so that everybody can hear that. So.
Hi, Scott. How's it going? I wanted to get in touch and see if you're still interested in working with us. We'd love to earn your business, so if there's anything we can do for you, just let us know.
So that was Scott, right? So then we look at Dave's video.
Hi, Dave. How's it going? I wanted to get.
So now you see a little bit, but just know that I didn't have to make the same video over and over and over again for 5 people or more. For a simple $40 a month, I can make as many videos as I want, but I can now curtail it to an email list. Now, all of a sudden, I've got a mass email because most people love watching video over reading text. Now, I can actually make my own by recording me, but saying the same type of script, replacing the name. And then what I can do, upload the names, and now my mouth will change to their name automatically. Yes.
So you're putting up all these different sites.
Uh-huh.
What percentage of these are fee-based?
The ones that I'm
This is free.
putting up, well, Be Human does have a free service. I think it's a 14-day, but then it's $40 a month. The other one that, did anybody get the reminder video that I sent out?
Yeah.
Right, that was called D-ID, d-id.com. That one's $5 a month. So that one will allow you to create a video, because how many of you love being on video? Okay, nobody in the room, by the way, loves being on video. Do you have a picture of yourself? Meaning like you have a profile picture, maybe a professional picture done? Well, guess what? What I can now do is I can tell this AI with an upload of my photo. Let's log in here real quick. Hopefully this will come up. I can just upload a picture of myself.
Hi, this is Anthony Bried with Orange County Realtors, and I just want to say I hope everybody is having a great and wonderful day, and welcome to our class today. I'm going over the benefits of AI and how AI is transforming.
Now, I did the audio,
real estate industry.
but it just matched the audio and made its own lips, right? Now, if I don't want to be on audio, not a problem, because you know what? I don't like
This
the
is
way it
such a
sounds.
cool thing to try out here. Let's see if this works. Welcome, everyone. I am your technology trainer, Anthony.
So there you go. So you don't have to necessarily be on video anymore with these types of programs. I can upload a photo. Now, by the way, this is $6 a month, $5.99, I think. You can do this. Okay, which is, how hard is that? I can write up a script. I can read the script.
Memorize it.
Right, I can get ChatGPT to write up my script, then I can copy and paste it into this program, and now it's, you know, and pick a voice. If you don't like that voice, guess what? You've got a bunch of voices that if you wanted to. I think I made this one with a man's voice.
Hey, this is Anthony Bried.
Right? So you can have a little fun with that. Yes, sir. This one's called d-id.com. The third one on my, fourth one on my list. Now, Mid-Journey, this is where you can actually have the system create an image. So now you can have a picture created of whatever you want. You just tell it to make an image of what it is that you're designing. Then you can take that image, upload it into say d-id.com, and then you just apply a script and a voice. And now you've animated that photo. So it's pretty interesting. Likely.ai is another video creator for AI. So they're likely, gosh, I'm drawing a blank on what it is. I'll have to check that one out again. Maybe I'll demonstrate it after class. By the way, there's more meetings, Firefly, Crisp, Otter, Otter.ai. If you're doing Zoom meetings like Firefly, it will actually take live time notes. Now, this one is also a paid service. But what I like about Otter so far from what I've discovered is it will analyze if you've got an open Zoom meeting going on, it's going to analyze everybody's voice, recognize them, name them by their names based on their attendance, and it will actually make certain notes. It's great for meeting minutes because what it'll do is it will highlight any motions that your meeting has made that you can email out to everyone. Not to mention, all the attendees can actually get their own individual transcript of what they said during the meeting. Now, obviously, if we're going to do things like this, we want to disclaim or have that disclosure. Hey, by the way, the meeting's being recorded. Hey, by the way, I'm using this. Are you okay with it? If they're not, then you stop the program. Okay. Follow up, reply.io, engage.ai or engage AI. Great way of following up with people, right? It will even go through your CRM and analyze what you need to do in order to follow up with them for your action plans. Presentation, social media, flyers, Canva, beautiful.ai. You got things in Canva nowadays, just like Beautiful AI. Write me up a 10-point plan for selling a home. Or write up a seller social media platform, and it will outline 10 slides for you. Or you use in Canva what they call Magic Write. Now, Magic Write, what that will do is you can write in your little prompt, write me up a script, write me up some social media, and it will actually lay out those slides. It will lay out the content. Then I can take the content and then embed it into slides, social media, graphic designing, branding, whatever. These programs are amazing at this. Okay. And of course, is there more? Yes, there's always more to overwhelm you. You got your virtual assistants. You may or may not know this because you probably already have it, but you don't think about it. Alexa, Siri, Cortana, Google. Everybody here have an iPhone? We all ask Siri, do something for us. Schedule this, buy me that. That's your virtual assistant. Schedule an appointment for Bob tomorrow at 2 p.m. to go over such and such. Please book it on my calendar. Siri will do that. Alexa will do that. Alexa, put on my Amazon Prime account Q-tips on a monthly basis. She'll do that. How many of you greet Alexa every morning? Good morning, Alexa. And what does she do? She rattle off your entire calendar. She tells you what the weather's like. She tells you what things are going on in your lives, what's happening in the world. I know I get that every morning at 8 a.m. Good morning, wake up. Here's what's going on in life. By the way, there is an AI called LegalBot. Again, take that with a grain of salt. 50% of the time, they may lose your case, but at least you can get some sort of legal advice. I'm sure CAR will have their legal bot up eventually. And of course, website chatbots like Tido, TIDIO, there are fees for it, but it will actually allow you to program some responses and then most importantly, receive communication. That's it. Are there any questions? By the way, this does revolutionize your business, right? Personalize effectively, but it continues to evolve. Just be open to it. You don't want to use it, that's fine. You want to hold off, see where it goes, that's fine too. You want to try it out, dip your toe in the water before drinking out of the fire hose, I recommend. Now, I know everybody's talking about QR codes today. Scan this QR code, you might get some suggestions here on a social media marketing action plan that I created in ChatGPT, that I put it in Google Forms and created a QR code from that. So let me know when you're ready, because I've got the other one for you. By the way, did y'all like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. See, we're good.
You just don't want to get lazy.
You won't get lazy. Hold on one second. All right. Because not only I'm giving you the little suggestions with this little QR code, but my next slide will be for the presentation itself. So if you want to scan that, you can. And let me know when you're ready. By the way, are there any questions in Cyberland? And you can unmute yourself for that.
So Anthony, can you send that link to Janelle?
Yeah.
And then she can send it out to everybody?
Of course.
That'd be
And
great.
again, here's the presentation as well. You can download the presentation to your phone device.
Good information, Anthony. Thank
So
you.
whether you like it or not, you are gonna get, you're gonna get a link to this
I love
from
that.
Janelle. So
Definitely.
you RSVP for the event, you're automatically gonna get it.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
so you can delete it from your email if you want.
And then
I really want to thank Anthony. So Anthony, how long we've been doing this together? On
20 years.
20 years,
21 years.
21 years. I got 33 years in at Oak-Hart.
That's awesome.
I know.
Getting there.
So he's always been there for escrow leaders, taught our classes many times. And he was the first person I called when I needed information about this, because I still don't get it. But fortunately, I have young people that work for me and they get it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's, you know what, the moment you start to play with it, you'll all of a sudden realize, oh, wow, this is pretty easy. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you wanted to do is to do this and that and the other. And then as it does it, you're going to go, well, geez, what else do I need to do? Well, everything else is automated. And now everything else, like calendar appointments, your vetting of your clients, sometimes even your contacts, right? Like it's already contacting your clients for you. You can now do the other things like show property, go on listing appointments, meet people out there, because at the end of the day, you only have what, 24 hours in a day? So, but you got more than 42 hours of work that you need to do. So this helps free up that.
You have to sync it up with your various programs like text or TV Core, anything like that. How does that work?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like Katie Core, I don't know if it is an open platform to allow that AI just yet. I would definitely talk to your IT people about that. I'm sure that they may be on the line of developing their own AI to help you out with those similar tools, or they'll have that integrated eventually.
So really it's cut and paste from.
For now, from ChatGPT to other platforms, but depending on your platform, you won't need to do that. Like, excuse me, like Canva, because of that little magic dot here, you can say, if I'm making a presentation, make me a presentation on this. And it's going to give you a bunch of slides. You just go through there, you can take out what you want, add in what you do.
Yeah.
Maybe you add in some photos and videos, and it can do that. You can use some of the other programs like the video programs and then copy and paste the video into your Canva presentation, but you can do that too.
And then coming up, so I have a good friend, he's an agent, and he's way too techy, but he has spent the last year in his spare time combining all of the email, the text, the this, and he's created a new thing that integrates all of it pretty seamlessly. It's called Boss Agent. And he's gonna come and do one of these classes on Boss Agent. So he's just doing that as a favor to me. He's a friend of mine. He would love for people to buy his program. I don't think it's too expensive, but at any rate, it's a good learning opportunity, whether you buy the product or not. So one of the classes later this summer will be about Boss Agent. And it's pretty interesting because it's definitely homemade from a guy who knows what he's doing. So it's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I know a colleague that's actually developing a program right now to actually develop the proper prompts. So he's going through, and I think in the next couple of months, he's going to launch. So it'll be a program where you can just say, this is what I want to create, and it will actually create the prompt for you to use it in the various different systems. So
Now, is this a Pivo?
this is what they call the ObsBot. It's a camera.
Okay.
So it's a standalone camera, and what I like about it is that it's 4K. As you notice, it's walking around
Right.
with me. I can zoom in. So it's a great video camera that allows us to do all sorts of fun things. I can have it follow me, I can wave, I can have it zoom in or zoom out during our meeting. So it's kind of cool.
Okay, there's still food left if somebody didn't get lunch. There's
Excellent.
drinks, whatever you need. Thank you all so much for coming. I know it's a busy day and you got places to go, so.
Thanks, Anthony.
Have a great day, y'all. See you all later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No, stop it. Good. Longer.